striped stockings.
Yeah. Okay, horse's leg there, a couple legs there. So now we're starting to, emphasize that it's a barnyard with some kind of animal there. Sorry if you can't see it that great. Yeah, we'll try and back off once in a while. There's a little bit of light on the back of that horse where the dip is, where the saddle would go or something, so I'm not just filling it in. Set down, feeding. Okay, so now I've got the 3 horses in there. Now there's a little window and a little bit of a dark under the eave of the barn that can help make my separation back from tree to barn. I don't want to kill all those separations. There's a reason I have all those lost edges, but once in a while you need to kind of get the form back. So now I can come in and put this little dark drop shadow under the eave there, and that will help to show my separation between barn and trees, even though you let them all join together earlier, okay? There's that dark window up here, a little dark down there. There's this little dark vent thing on that shed. Okay, so I'm just kind of finding some of the important darks in this area first. On these buildings, there's a doorway in that shed. That should be good. I want to darken up this evergreen on the left here some more. I did a little bit on that on the color version because I had that value range on the values, and I'll probably still darken up a little bit. I just want to anchor the side of the painting here a little bit with a nicer, closer up, darker shade. I'm just using scumbling that brush on there. Okay, so now dry brushing these little dead trees. The way to do these wintry trees is to load your brush up, a nice synthetic brush, hardly any water. It's mostly just paint. Now, can you see that in the mirror? I'm kind of scrubbing at the side of that, and I use the side of that brush, load it up with very dry paint, and I just very softly kind of lift it, use the texture of the paper, and just drag that over that. And that indicates all those the twigs and stuff at the top of those trees, and then you can join that up with some branches and trunks and stuff afterwards, wherever you put that, okay? But that's a heck of a lot easier than trying to paint 400 twigs with the tip of your brush. I paint with the side of my brush as often as I can, the fat side of my brush, and not the tip. I use the tip of it for, legs and some car tires and stuff. Now I need to pop this out a little bit better, so I'm going a little darker behind that shed. Show a couple more trees there. Maybe a little darker down in this corner here. Finger to smudge it and soften it. So now I need to define that rooftop of that barn a little bit better. The very common thing that students do, they use the background trees, and those trees magically follow the outline of their houses and stuff, so that it's almost the exact same shape, just a quarter of an inch wider, So don't paint your trees so they come down and around this and around the top of the barn and down again. Joseph Bukovich calls that the sleeping dragon, the thing that just lays across and just follows that form, okay? So the viewer's eye, if I just put a couple little scumbly dead trees over the top of this barn roof here, in a couple of spots, and then let the rest of it stay that vague lost edge from the sky to the barn roof, the viewer will know, they'll still know where that edge, they'll just fill in the gaps there and without making these trees cover the whole top of that rooftop. A couple little darker branches here, a couple darker ones here that come right down to the rooftop. Okay, and that's almost, look how visually your brain just fills in the rest of that roof. Okay, so don't outline when it comes time to putting darks in. I'm still painting shapes, definitive shapes to help pop stuff out, but be wary of the outlining aspect of things. Okay. Maybe just a little bit of texture on the barn. Again, I normally don't do this kind of stuff on my value studies. Oftentimes I just stop at the initial stage of the game when I'm painting plein air especially, because that's the real tricky stage. Like I said, that middle value connecting stage, that's the one that most people struggle seeing the connection. So once I have that established, oftentimes if I'm feeling under the gun, I just kind of end it there and get on with my color painting. Because most people can see the details. You know where the car tires are, you know where the windows are, you know where the people are and stuff, okay? But that really pulls it, together. Visually, that just kind of finishes things off, adds the illusion of a lot more detail, into the scene. But that's plenty. That, again, it doesn't have all the detail you need, but just the impression of the scene. Once you've established that and spelled a few things out for the viewer, stop. Let them have some fun with the painting, and they can interpret the rest, okay? But again, this is a dangerous stage as well, because you start to have fun and you're pulling it together, and then an hour later you're still having fun and putting more detail in. And all that work that you did to have lost edges and simplify just goes right out the window.
Do you ever use a rigger for the swing?